Nirmalya Thakur, a distinguished computer science researcher, is currently affiliated with the Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science at the University of Cincinnati in Ohio. His research interests include human-computer interaction, artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, natural language processing, and their related disciplines. He has authored 28 peer-reviewed publications and has delivered several invited presentations at international conferences in the United States, Canada, China, France, Denmark, and Indonesia. He has reviewed more than 250 papers by serving on the reviewer board of 25 conferences and almost as many journals. Nirmalya is a globally celebrated scholar and has received multiple nationally and internationally recognized awards and honors for his outstanding contributions towards advancing research, innovation, and discovery in computer science. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I am a huge fan of your work, and it's an absolute pleasure to be doing this interview with you today.
So you recently published your research on indoor location detection. Can you tell me more about why this is needed?
Absolutely. So my recent work on indoor location detection takes a holistic approach towards addressing multiple problems that the society is going to face in the next few years. So with this huge explosion of advancement in every field that the society is facing today, we are looking at a future where we'll have smart homes, smart workplaces, smart cities, smart buildings, smart industries, like everything that we're going to interact with is going to be a smart environment. And these smart environments will comprise of humans, robots, and other technology-laden systems and gadgets working together, collaborating, and communicating with each other. Indoor location detection has an immense role to play in that. A number of societal needs can be addressed with indoor location detection. For instance, we are looking at smart industries, smart manufacturing sites that are going to be automated or semi-automated. Indoor location can detect the precise location of manufacturing robots or unmanned vehicles and similar machinery. When we talk of smart homes, the potential applications are immense. For instance, tracking the location of people as they move around in their homes. This is specifically relevant for the aging population. And when we talk of the aging population, they face dementia, Alzheimer's, and multiple other forms of cognitive impairment or physical limitations. And with indoor location detection, we can open a world of possibilities towards improving the quality of life of elderly people. For instance, imagine an elderly people who has fallen in their home and they need to call 911. So if it's a huge multi-storied building, so with the location detection that we have right now, the Google Maps is going to tell you that their address, but it's not going to tell you the specific apartment or the specific floor they are located in, or the specific location in terms of X coordinate or the Y coordinate. That is where my research comes in. So it detects the exact location where a person is located at a given point of time with a high degree of accuracy, and it can serve multiple applications. So this is one application. Another application could be helping the blind people or the visually impaired people move around in their buildings or move around in their apartments in an independent manner, so that they can do their work independently. And these are just a few applications. My recent paper focuses on these applications, specifically ambient assisted living of elderly people. But there are a wide range of societal applications that the technology that I have developed can address and cater to.
And speaking of helping with individuals who are blind or seeing impaired, you actually serve on the editorial board for the Journal for Technology and Disabilities. How did you get involved with this?
That's a very good question. I have always been interested in doing something for the people who have different forms of disability, or specifically people who belong to the aging population category. Because when we talk of aging population, the aging population is creating multiple issues, challenges that the society has never seen before. The rate of increase of the elderly population is immense. And research says that this unprecedented rate of increase of the elderly population is going to continue to increase. According to a recent paper, the elderly population of the world is going to outnumber the younger people worldwide in the next few years. Worldwide, the medical, healthcare, and caregiving costs of looking after people uh, uh, who belong to the older adults category or belong to or have different kinds of disabilities, the cost is in terms of billions of dollars. And these are just going to rise in the next few years. And the problem that the society is facing is we do not have enough caregivers to look after them. With this advancement that we are, as we are talking of smart homes and smart cities, we are looking at a future where where the aging population is going to live in smart homes and smart cities, surrounded by technology. So it is the need of the hour that such smart environments, such as smart homes, smart cities, smart buildings, can take care of the needs of the elderly. So I have always been interested at doing something in terms of research and development that makes these smart environments intelligent, adaptive, and aware so that they can take care of multiple societal needs that arise or that are associated with this aging population. Specifically, in my current research, I have been working on developing systems, applications, and technologies that take a holistic approach towards addressing the physical, mental, emotional, and psychological well-being of people as they age, with a specific focus on making the smart homes and smart city environments capable of doing that.
Wow, that's interesting. We just had Jay Shaw on last week, and he was talking about how his research in machine learning is helping with diseases like Alzheimer's in the healthcare sector. So it's interesting hearing you also are involved in that sector. Can you tell me a little bit more about your current research?
Absolutely. So in my current research, I have, since 2018, I have published a total of 28 papers in the form of conference publications, journal papers, and invited book chapters that have taken a holistic approach towards making the future of smart home environments and living environments in general intelligent so that they can cater to these needs of the aging population as and when they rise. One of the important things when we talk of the aging population is their diversity. No single individual can be generalized as an average user. So people are diverse in terms of their background, in terms of their technological proficiency, in terms of how they interact with technology, and in terms of whether or not they have even interacted with technology. So in my research, I take a holistic approach towards making sure that we can not only cater to these needs of the elderly, but we can cater to these needs in a way that is personalized, enhances their user experience, improves their quality of life, and ensures that elderly people have can experience uh, assisted living. Can In my research, I make sure to take a holistic approach so that elderly people have a good quality of life as they age in the future of smart and intelligent environments, because that is what we are going to need. With the shortage of caregivers, many caregivers are difficult to afford, and in many geographic regions of the world, it's even difficult to find caregivers as well. So, in my research, I explore the intersections of human-computer interaction, artificial intelligence, machine learning, assisted living technologies, Internet of Things, and multiple other disciplines to develop technologies. And some of the things that I have recently worked on and developed is, first of all, the indoor location detection technology that you already mentioned of. And before that, I have developed technologies that can track and monitor human behavior to detect falls, to detect cramps, or other forms of cognitive or physical impairments. At the same time, I have worked on developing a language for human behavior representation. My work has also developed systems that can recommend tasks and actions. So as far as tasks and actions recommendation is concerned, one of the things I have always found helpful as far as this aging population is concerned is they tend to forget a lot of things because of the various forms of cognitive impairment, dementia, or Alzheimer's. So imagine an elderly person using a technology for the first time. Let's say it's a microwave and they do not know how to use it. So it would be wonderful if the microwave can detect that and start talking to them, like in a stepwise form, like step one to the step two to the step three. This is how you have to follow the steps to prepare food. And this stepwise recommendation is not based on modeling an average user. I have taken an approach that models individual users to cater to their personalized needs, so that the future of technology can talk in such a way, can interact with people in such a way, improving the user experience of elderly as they age. And like speaking of like your interview series, I watched the recent interview that you did with Rana at Effectiva, and that was an amazing interview because, and I found it quite related to my work because in my work, one of the things which I also analyze is detecting the emotional response, how a person is reacting to a technology. Like if we are confused, if we are frustrated, so that the technology can detect that and start talking to us, because the objective is to ensure seamless user experience and assisted living of elderly as they age. So over there, emotion analysis plays a big role. And one of the things which I have developed is tracking the behavior of a person, tracking their postures and gestures to detect their emotional response, and classifying the emotion into the six basic emotional states: happiness, sadness, anger, frustration, disgust, and anxiety. So, just based on the way a person is standing in front of a microwave or a computer or a fridge or a TV, the system can detect this. Like if a person is happy or if a person is looking confident, the system would not obviously bother them by giving unnecessary recommendations. But if a person is confused, or if a person is unhappy, or if a person is showing any negative emotion, then the technology that I've developed can start talking to them, so that these stepwise recommendations can help them to perform their activities in an independent manner. Because one of the things which is really going to be important to deal with this aging population is making sure that they can function on their own, live independently, and have a good quality of life without having to completely rely on caregivers, because caregivers are really difficult to find and really difficult to afford.
And I think it's so interesting, the diverse aspects that you're talking about when we're discussing leveraging technology, whether it's using it to focus on human behavior, or using it for the basic functionality of a microwave, or even helping to protect human dignity with the aging population. I'm curious, was it this specific research that got your profile featured in Marquis' Who for the second year in a row? Or if not, what was that research that brought you to their attention?
Sure. So it is this research of mine that got me featured in Marquis Who's Who last year for the second year in a row. So I was featured in 2019 for the first time, and in 2020 I was featured for the second consecutive year. And it was because of this research. Because in my research, as a researcher, I have always believed that research is way beyond than writing a paper. In academic research, we always write papers, but in my view, in my opinion, research for me is way beyond writing a paper. It's about how I can create an impact to the world, how I can do my bit in terms of creating a positive impact to the world and addressing these research challenges that the society is facing. So when Marquis Who's Who reached out to me, they were confident that like my research has the potential to address these challenges that the society is facing. And in view of my contributions to research, innovation, and discovery in different fields of computer science, I was featured for the second year in a row in 2020 by Marquis Who's Who. So basically, since 1899, Marquis Who's Who has been featuring the biographical profiles of various innovators and people from various disciplines across the world who have made significant contributions to advancing research or innovation in a specific field. Like during my interview with Marquis Who's Who back in 2020, I was told that at 25, I was amongst the youngest people who have been featured twice for 2 years in a row for my contributions to advancing innovation and discovery in different disciplines of computer science. And it was not only my publications that Marquis Huzu focused on, but my contributions to this field in general. Like in addition to this editorial board, I have reviewed for around 30 conferences in different parts of the world. I serve on the reviewer board of different journals, and I have reviewed more than 250 papers. I have been invited as a speaker in different conferences, and I have delivered presentations in different international conferences, which have taken place in the United States, Canada, Denmark, China, and Indonesia, as well as I've had other impacts in different by serving on different international organizations and societies related to the field of computer science. So, in view of all of this, Marquis, who featured my biographical profile last year for the second time in a row.
So, what advice would you have for other students who want their own academic research to stand out from the crowd?
So that's a very good question. So, like my message to any undergraduate student or any graduate student or anyone who is interested in getting a head start into research and who wishes to make a difference in the world by doing research or through their work is believe that you can and you will. Because I always told that to myself that since 2013, I wanted to get into research and development and do my bit in making this world a better place, in contributing towards advancement and innovation and discovery. I waited 4 years. In 2017, when I came to University of Cincinnati, since then I was able to start my research, and since then it has been a completely different journey altogether. So my advice and my message to any young person out there, undergraduate student, graduate student, or young professional who is interested to get into research right now would be make sure you are prepared to make sure you are doing your bit and you are prepared so that when the opportunity comes, you can cash in. Through all these years since 2019, I would reach out to young professionals, I would reach out to professors, I would reach out to mentors to make sure I had the right knowledge. I was keeping up with the technology so that when the time comes, I can cash in. And so, like, if you are prepared, if you're the opportunity might not come right now. It took me 4 years to get the right opportunity to get a head start into research. So if so for any young person or any undergraduate or graduate student or any individual who is watching this interview right now who might not have started their career in research but who believes that they can create a difference in this world through their research, my message would be make sure you are 200% prepared so that when the opportunity comes knocking on your door, you give it all you got. And when you do that, it's going to be a journey worth waiting for, and a journey and a new journey worth traveling. It happened to me, and it's going to happen to you as well.
And what about when you experience setbacks, or what about when you had an idea for what you could make happen and it was turned down? How did you deal with those disappointments? What did that look like for you on this journey?
So in research, one of the things is like you never know when some other researcher across the world could be thinking exactly the same thing. It's possible it has happened, and it could happen to any other researcher out there. So in my opinion, something which I've always followed is when I attend a lot of conferences, I attend a lot of talks, I serve on the committees of different organizations and member bodies. So when I get an idea, I like work on it, and if I can do if I can implement that idea towards in the form of a publication or a research or a technology or a system, I try to publish it as fast as I can, because it's possible someone out there could be thinking exactly the same thing, and if they publish it before me, you literally get no you it's very difficult to publish the same idea again. It's actually not possible unless you improve on the technology. So it happened to me once. Like, I was thinking along a specific direction, and while I started writing a paper, I saw a paper was published just a few weeks ago which literally published the same technology that I was thinking. It's possible people across the world could be thinking the same thing, and it's all about getting there first. So this is what I said in my message as well. Like, when I'm not doing research, I attend lectures, I attend conferences, I serve on member bodies of different organizations and committees so that I'm up to date with the knowledge and I'm up to date with the technology, and I'm 100% prepared, so that when the opportunity comes in terms of writing a paper, in terms of developing a technology, or in terms of developing a system, I am 200% prepared and to get there first. Of course, it's not going to happen all the time that I'm there first, but when I'm prepared at my end, I can do my best in terms of getting out there and trying to publish the idea first. And that's what my message would be to people who might be getting started in research: is make sure you're always prepared, so that when the opportunity comes, you can give it all you got, so that so that your work can create a difference in this world.
Nirmalya, thank you so much for this level of insight on being able to pursue such incredible academic excellence. If viewers want to continue to follow your work, what is the best way for them to do so?
So I'm active on LinkedIn, and I also have my own website. So like if anyone can connect with me on LinkedIn, and if someone wants to follow my recent publications or the presentations that I'm giving, they can visit my website, and they can just Google my name, and my website pops up in the first or second result on Google search. So they can connect with me on LinkedIn or follow my recent work on by visiting my website.
Wonderful. And we'll be sure to include the URL to the website in the show notes below. Thank you so much again for joining me for this conversation today.
Thank you. It has been a pleasure participating in this interview. And as I said, I am a huge fan of your work. Thank you for inviting me for this interview, and I look forward to following your work and this interview series as well.
Thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please click like below and also subscribe to see future episodes.